Hi, everyone. Thanks for hopping on. I see a few more people slowly filtering in. I'll give them a couple more minutes. We'll start at 10 minutes past 1. All right. Well, I'm glad you all found your way here. Sorry for the bad link that was sent out. But nonetheless, thank you guys for hopping on. And just a reminder, if you could all please mute yourselves through the microphone button on the toolbar. And then if you have anything else to say, you can unmute yourself or send a chat link. Looks like I already have one. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yeah,
yes,
we can
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Just got a chat notification that someone couldn't hear me. So if you can't hear me or anything else, please put it in the chat and I will do my best to figure that out. So you guys probably don't recognize my voice. I am Kevin Wilhelm and I currently work for NBSTRN as a bioinformatics scientist, and I'll be leading this call for the next couple of months. Sadly, Danielle moved on to another opportunity, and so I'll be hosting this intermittently along with Amy, and so you'll recognize her voice, but for now I am a new voice for you guys, and I can't wait to get started. So today's agenda, we will do some introductions for new teams out there if anyone is on, and then we will get an update from the pilot teams and updates from other state screening for Pompeii and MPS1, and then a discussion, new steps update, and an NBSTRN update. And so first off, are there any new state lab teams out there that would like to introduce themselves? And again, you can just unmute yourself using the microphone button. All right, great. I guess we have a bunch of veterans in here. Okay, so is there anyone on the line from New York that could provide an update? No? All right. Is there anyone from Georgia? Hello?
Oh, I was going to say, how many people are on the call?
There's 33 on right now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this is Angela from Georgia. I can give just a quick update. Our SMA pilot, as of the end of March, we screened a little over 170,000 samples. I have a number, 170,395 samples. We have 11 kids diagnosed. We had one just recently, so 11 kids diagnosed with SMA. That is the end of our pilot phase for SMA, but we're rolling right into live production screening. So we'll still be screening, but that kind
Great.
of ends the pilot phase. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Great.
We're doing, well, we also have the PUCD, the proximal urea cycle defect contract. We've put that on hold during our fun COVID-19 pandemic. We've put it on hold mostly because we should be getting new analytes from the NeoBase 2 kit that is now being done at the state lab. So we're still waiting to get those and then be able to incorporate them into the CLEAR tool and just kind of validate everything, hoping that that will allow us to resume. But there were enough false positives going on that we just didn't feel justified in sending all those kids into the healthcare system to get tested right now. The risk of coronavirus exposure is just not worth it, we felt. So we felt like it was better to put things on hold for a few weeks and until we can make some improvements. And that's kind of all I've got today, unless somebody has questions.
Great, thank you. Any questions out there?
So that PCD is not, that's not on the RUSP, is it? What is?
No, this is one that the NIH has put out in the pilot project grant or contracts that they've issued through the IDIQ. So that was the last one. Georgia was the only state to submit an application for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my understanding, and I could be wrong, maybe I'm putting words into people's mouths, but I think that this is actually the intent behind the NIH contracts was to be able to put disorders in live production to generate data for evaluation for the RUSP.
I see. Okay.
And it's finally working out that way.
Okay, that's good.
Great, any other questions? Okay, awesome, thank you for your update. All right, is there anyone on the North Carolina team that has an update for us?
Hey, this is Blake. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. We don't have a large update, but I can share you that our consents and our screens have gone up to 7,339. We still have no positive SMA screens. We are continuing with our online recruitment. As you know, most of our consents are obtained through our electronic permission portal. And so that's one of the benefits right now with some hospitals stopping research recruitment within the hospital due to COVID. And so we're able to continue with our virtual recruitment process. We are putting a bigger push on social media as many people are online a little bit more, hopefully to give them good information about how to join the research study and how to become a part of Early Check. So.
Awesome, thank you. For your social media campaign, is there a certain handle people can follow?
Our handle is at Early Check or hashtag Early Check. We do have a page on Facebook if you want to go online and like that page. Most of our campaign, however, the paid advertisements are through the kind of lens of only in North Carolina, since that's where people can sign up. So you may not see that additional advertisement or campaign or messages coming out from us, but we are trying to keep also an organic presence on our just regular early check page. So feel free to go on there and like some videos or share some videos, even if it's something that is of interest to your programs. We'd be happy to help share those things on our page.
Great, thank you. I think that'd be a great place to start for a lot of groups that are trying to increase their social media and online recruitment as well. So thank you for providing us with that.
Yeah, of course.
Are there any other questions for the North Carolina team?
This is Lisa Feuchtbaum from California. I keep on talking. I'm just curious, Blake, what is your last name? Because I don't know you.
Blake Harper. I'm actually the program manager for Early Check through RTI. So we are the group that is doing the SMA screening in the state of North Carolina through our consented research model. That's a voluntary program called Early Check.
Yes.
So we are not, I am not a lab member of the North Carolina State Lab Public Health team.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
And
great, thank you.
just as another note, I would add that we did just hire a new laboratory director, Kate Kucera. She's unfortunately unable to be on the call today, but we will hopefully have her next month, and she'll take over for me as being the public health non-lab person on the group. I'd be happy to hand it off to someone with way more experience in lab sciences. So she'll be on next week to take over these updates, as well as be in contact with this group and NBSTRN.
Great. And could you spell her last name for me?
Kucera, K-U-C-E-R-A.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we look forward to getting in contact with her.
Definitely.
All right. Any other questions for North Carolina? Okay. We'll move on to some other states as well. And just a note right away, we have been in talks with Dr. Tortorelli and Dr. Ronaldo from the Mayo Clinic, and they have offered to present about their clear second tier test for MPS 1 and POP-A using creatine and creatinine. And so that will be June 4th, 2020. I can send out a reminder, or you can all make note of it, either way. So we can all look forward to this June 4th presentation by these two. And moving on from that, are there any other states that have any updates?
Well, in California, we're going to be going live with SMA at the end of January. I'm sorry, at the end of June. There's probably people in my office. I'm calling from home, but we will be up and running if all goes well. I think that I have to look at the calendar. I think the start date is June 24th, Wednesday. But let me check my calendar and I can tell you for sure. If anyone else wants to join in, please do. So anyway,
Okay.
we're gearing up. We'll be ready to go. All goes
Awesome.
well.
This is Bob Vogt at CDC. I wonder, are you all going to run a multiplex test that includes SCID, or run them as separate assays?
Now, I believe it's going to be a separate assay for now. It may change in the future, but right now it's a it's not being multiplexed, and someone maybe from the lab could answer the question in more detail. But hi, Bob.
Oh, well, thank you for the information. That's fine. Just curiosity.
Yeah, it's separate.
Great. Are there any other states out there that would like to provide an update?
This is
Okay.
Julie from Nebraska.
Okay.
I could add
Hi.
just about what's going on here. We were this close to legislation passing. It's at like the final step before the final vote, and 'cause it was a bill that got attached to another bill that was someone else's priority. So we were very, very close, and then COVID-19 happened, and so our legislature has recessed. My hope is that later this, early summer, that they might come back together and perhaps at least address the priority bills. And if that happens, I believe that it still could pass and we could implement this year. We would have 90 days to implement afterwards, but we could implement within probably 45 because we're really pretty much ready to go. The labs already that we use is already testing for other states. So hopefully we can still get it going this year.
Yeah, I hope so too. And what was the legislation surrounding?
Now it's attached to Legislative Bill 755.
Okay. Okay, great. Are there any other updates out there? Okay. Do we have anyone from APHL on the line that would like to provide an update? Hello? I can hear some.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yep, I can hear you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I can give a brief update for APHL.
Awesome.
So the Symposium Abstracts session has closed for the APHL Newborn Screening Symposium taking place in October in Des Moines, Iowa. The planning committee is currently reviewing those abstracts and notifications will go out shortly. Given COVID-19, we are still planning on hosting the symposium, but if anything changes between then and the next few weeks and months, we will of course keep everybody updated. The SMA and XALD national meeting that APHL was to host in April 2020 later this month in Washington, D.C. has been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. We don't have a rescheduled date as yet for this meeting. However, we are working with our new disorders work group to identify mechanisms by which we might be able to share some of the information that we had initially hoped to share during the national meeting. So we'll have a few national webinars and think of other creative ways to disseminate that information. However, we are still looking forward to hosting a national meeting. We do acknowledge that a lot of that content would have been best distributed and shared via that face-to-face mechanism. So the entirety of the meeting will not, in fact, be virtual. We will look to reschedule that meeting in the next several months, and we may even have to go out as far as 2021 if needed, but we are keeping our eye on that. APHL is still able to provide support to programs who might need it for SMA and SCID implementation activities. If you have any questions about that process, how to apply for funding, technical assistance, training, please let us know. You can contact Kashia Hale. Her email address is on the right-hand side of the PowerPoint slide that's up on everybody's screen. And just a reminder, please continue to update your data in the New Steps data repository as you begin to screen for conditions. It's important to have those state profiles remain updated. We do on our end also take notes during these calls, and we try to prompt you to update them, and we can also make those updates in the repository for you. But if you do go on the New Steps website and see that anything is outdated, we do encourage you to update that information in real time. And my colleague Kashia might be on. She might have additional updates. If not, I think that's all we have.
No updates.
All right, thank you, Kashia.
Great, thank you, everyone. And then just a quick NBSTRN update. We were supposed to have the ACMG annual clinical genetics meeting a few weeks ago, but that was also canceled. And so currently ACMG is working on providing all the materials online through the Genetics Academy, which I can put the link in the chat actually. You have to have an ACMG account to view this, but they are planning on hosting all of the posters online, and so you can browse them at your will. And then they're also looking at providing a way for learning lounges and other presentations to be hosted on the website as well. And so I'll leave that in the chat if I can find the chat. One second. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so I just put the link in the chat if anyone would like to register for an account through ACMG. I believe poster submissions will end April 17th. And after that, everything will be online. And so we will be having our first online clinical genetics meeting. And so we hope everyone can make it out there and check everything out. We have 3 posters hosted by NBSTRN listed here. And then we also have 2 learning lounges presented by Dr. Nicole Tartaglia from Children's Hospital of Colorado, and Accelerating Research and Advancing Treatment of SMA by Dr. Catherine Swoboda from Boston. And so be on the lookout for that. Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in and providing us with updates. Just a reminder that the conference call will be held the first Thursday of each month at 2 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you guys have any questions, you guys can reach out to me. I believe I sent out an email to everyone with the updated link. I will update the calendar invite to hopefully reflect this new Zoom meeting ID. So be on the lookout for that as well. And if there's anything else that anyone would like to say, please unmute yourself and bring it up. All right, well, if that's all, then I'll give you guys a little bit more time back in your day. And so thank you all for hopping online, and I hope everyone is adjusting well to working from home, and everyone stay healthy out there, okay? Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.